Most men don't realize a woman is already deciding whether you're long-term long before she ever says the words. And the painful part is, a lot of men miss the signs completely. They keep asking themselves, does she really want something serious with me, or am I just another guy she's spending time with? Because modern dating is confusing. One moment she's warm, affectionate, texting you good morning. The next moment you're thinking, is this real, or is she just enjoying the moment? But here's the hidden truth many men never see. When a woman truly wants a serious relationship with you, her behavior slowly changes in ways that are very different from casual attraction. And the worst part is, most men accidentally ruin these moments because they don't understand what they're seeing. Quick thing before we go deeper. If you like calm, honest breakdowns about modern dating psychology like this, subscribe now. Not because I need it, but because the men who understand these patterns early avoid years of confusion later. Now, let's talk about something most men completely overlook. Because the signs a woman wants something serious are usually quiet. They don't look dramatic, they look subtle. And that's why men miss them. One of the first signs is something simple, but very revealing. She slowly starts bringing you into her real life, not the fun version of her life, the real version. At first, you only see her on dates, restaurants, drinks, maybe late-night conversations. Everything feels light. But then something changes. She says things like, "You should meet my friend sometime," or she invites you to a small birthday dinner, or she casually mentions her sister, or you're sitting on her couch one evening and she says, "My mom would probably like you." Now listen carefully, but here's what men don't realize. Women protect their private world very carefully. Friends, family, close circles, those spaces are emotional territory. So when she starts letting you step into those spaces, she's testing something deeper. She's asking herself, does this man belong in my life or only in my weekends? And this is where many men make a mistake. They treat it casually. They cancel. They show up half present. They act like it's just another hangout. But for her, it isn't. She's quietly checking whether you can exist inside her world without disturbing the balance. And if you pass that test, something interesting happens. She starts investing emotionally in ways that feel small, but are actually big. For example, you mention something random in conversation, maybe your favorite snack, maybe a movie you liked as a kid, maybe the kind of music you listen to while driving. 2 weeks later, she remembers. You walk into her apartment and that snack is on the table. Or she sends you a song and says, "You might like this." And you might think it's nothing. But wait, this is where men misunderstand women. Memory is emotional investment. When someone starts storing details about you, it means you're taking space in their mind. And women don't give that mental space easily. But here's where things get deeper. A woman who wants something serious doesn't just invest emotionally, she also starts observing you more carefully. And sometimes men misread this. For example, you're sitting in a sports bar with her and a few friends. You say something about your plans for the future, your work, your values, maybe how you deal with stress. She doesn't interrupt. She doesn't challenge you. She just watches, quietly. And you might think she's just listening. But wait, this is where many men lose the moment without realizing it. She's not just listening, she's measuring stability. Women think long-term differently than men. A man may think, do I enjoy being with her? But a woman often thinks, can this man carry life with me for years? So she studies how you handle small things, your patience, your reactions, your honesty. Not because she wants to control you, but because long-term safety matters to her more than short-term excitement. Now, here's another sign men overlook. She becomes more emotionally transparent. At the beginning of dating, everyone shows the polished version of themselves. But when a woman wants something serious, she slowly drops that mask. One evening, you're sitting together and she suddenly talks about something deeper, a family struggle, a past relationship, something that hurt her. And she might say it casually, but inside, she's watching one thing. How will he handle my vulnerability? Will you judge her? Dismiss her? Try to fix everything immediately? Or will you simply hold space for the moment? Because here's a psychological truth many men never learn. When a woman shows vulnerability, she's not asking for solutions first. She's testing emotional safety. And the men who panic in that moment often damage the connection without knowing. But here's another sign that is very powerful, and it surprises a lot of men. She starts including you in her future language. Not big dramatic future talk, small future talk. You're watching something together and she says, "We should go there one day." Or she mentions a concert months away and says, "We could check that out." Or she says something like, "Next summer we should travel somewhere warm." Listen carefully, but here's what men don't realize. People don't place others in their future timeline unless they emotionally see them there. It's a mental rehearsal. She's imagining life with you. And if that picture feels good to her, she keeps building it. But here's where many men sometimes panic. They hear future talk and suddenly feel pressure. They pull away. They get distant. They think, is she trying to lock me down? But wait, this is where misunderstanding ruins things. Most of the time, she isn't demanding commitment in that moment. She's exploring possibility. And how you respond tells her everything. Calm curiosity builds attraction. Fearful distance kills it. Now, let's talk about another subtle sign. A woman who wants something serious starts protecting the connection. Maybe you're at a party. Someone flirts with her. Maybe a guy she knows approaches. She doesn't create drama, but she subtly repositions herself next to you, or she introduces you, or she makes the situation clear without embarrassment. That's not ownership, it's alignment. It's her way of saying, "This is the person I'm with." And men feel this instinctively. It creates a quiet sense of respect. But here's something even more revealing. She becomes curious about your deeper life, not just surface things. She asks about your childhood, your family dynamics, your goals, your fears. And sometimes men misread this. They think it's interrogation. But wait, this is where deeper psychology comes in. Women who want something serious are trying to understand emotional compatibility, because attraction alone is not enough for long-term partnership. She wants to know how your mind works, your conflict style, your emotional patterns, your loyalty. Not because she wants to control you, but because she's quietly asking herself one question: can I build life with this man? Now, here's the truth drop many men need to hear. When a woman wants something serious with you, she stops treating you like an option, and she starts treating you like a choice. There's a difference. Options are kept casual, choices are protected. But here's where many men sabotage themselves. They start acting insecure. They chase too much. They overtext. They start asking questions like, "Do you really like me?" And that one mistake can slowly shift the energy, because confidence is emotional stability, and emotional stability is what women look for in long-term partners. So what should you actually do if you start noticing these signs? First, slow down your reactions. When she shares vulnerability, don't rush to fix it. Say something simple like, "I'm glad you told me that," or "That must have been difficult for you." That response creates emotional safety. Second, match her investment. Don't overwhelm it. If she introduces you to friends, show up fully. Be present, be respectful, but don't suddenly start pushing for big commitments. Let the connection breathe. Third, communicate calm leadership. If she talks about future plans, respond naturally. For example, "Yeah, that sounds like something we'd enjoy," or "I like that idea. Let's see where things go." You're acknowledging the future without forcing it. Fourth, stop doing one thing immediately. Stop seeking constant reassurance. The moment you keep asking if she likes you, you move from confident partner to anxious approval seeker, and that weakens attraction. Instead, focus on emotional steadiness. Be present, be consistent, let your actions speak. And here's the mindset shift I want you to leave with tonight. When a woman truly wants a serious relationship with you,